like our Papa.
You want them to click like and subscribe to Papa? Alright, buddy. Okay. Today I'm going to teach y'all how to use a road atlas to do your trucking logistics or trip planning, however you want to word it. This road atlas has everything you could possibly need in it. This is a map of the United States. All you need is your logbook ruler. Say you're taking a load from Lake Charles, Louisiana to Chicago, Illinois, which is 6 inches. Well, actually you go 1 inch, 5 inches, and a half an inch. 1 inch on this map equals 150 miles. Now, or you can cheat and go to the back of the atlas. You notice this atlas, all these red dots, that's scales. It has the rest areas, the scales marked, elevation for mountainous areas. But you can go to the back of this atlas and look up Chicago, Illinois, and Lake Charles, Louisiana, which would be, we're doing this in real time, and I'm reading it upside down because this is the way the camera worked out. But it's one, and you can lay your ruler and then look up. It's 1,032 miles. GPS has it 1,038 miles. And the ruler has it 1,057 miles. So as you can see, this atlas can help you trip plan a lot faster than your GPS. Also, this atlas, go to the front, has how to pre-trip your truck. Hazmat, and it's not every rule, but it's generalized. It tells you of the fuel tax for each state. That's another video on how we're going to teach you how to buy your fuel cheap. Road conditions, phone numbers, websites, area codes, federal bridge law, which is the weights, which we went over in another video. The state low clearance areas, restricted routes for trucks for every state, and New Mexico and Canada. But this part here, and I want to show you something. I know from Lake Charles to going to Chicago, my break area starts at the 19 mile marker in Haiti, Missouri, and it goes to the 32 mile marker, which is about 10 3/4 hours from where I started, is a rest area. I know in that 60 mile area is my preferred break spots. Weather and everything playing a big part in that. And then I can go on to Chicago, unload, come back to where I took that break, take a break, and drive back to Louisiana. If I happen to be going to the LA area, let me get this in frame here. If I happen to be going from here to LA, I know I'm taking a break right here at the Casablanca Mountains on I-10 before you get to El Paso. That's my 11 hours. But from the I-10, I-20 split Van Horn area to the Casablanca Mountains is my break area. If I'm going to Florida, I'm stopping when I get to Wildwood at the Chrome Shop. If I'm going up to the Northwest, Washington, Oregon, Salt Lake City, Wyoming, Idaho, any of those areas out here, I know my break about 10 miles Between Childress and El Paso is a big rest area, but that's about 10 hours. And I can still, but you can make it to Amarillo. I'm sorry, I'm showing you on the map down here in southern Texas, and I should be showing you up here in Amarillo. But I know between Childress and Amarillo, there's a big ass rest area on 287. I mean, it's humongous. But from there to Dumas to Dalehart is my break area for my first break. My second break would be somewhere close to Salt Lake City, Elk Mountain, somewhere in that area, and then on and on. But as you get to doing this, you learn you don't even need a GPS, and you actually don't even need this atlas because you know where you're going. I use that GPS mostly for time, just to see how much further I got to go. But this atlas right here shows you every major state highway, every interstate. Like I said, I need to get a new one. You can trip plan with all you need is a logbook, ruler, and this atlas. And when you look at each state, you can see the scales, the rest areas. You can see the elevations. Like when you get into these mountainous areas, you know, you look at a map, it looks flat. But you know, as you're going north, you're always going uphill because the earth is round, and south to north. So, but when you get into some of these areas, Mount Eagle, Cabbage, Grapevine, whatever, you can look in these states and it tells you the elevation as you're passing on the mile markers. It shows a mile marker for every exit. So you can really break down your trip planning and really plan your fuel stops. I always start out with full tanks because I know where I can get fuel cheap at home. I know where I can get fuel cheap in Missouri. I know where I can get fuel cheap in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, on and on. Oh, hate to say it, but if you're going to Niagara Falls, Ohio's going to be a cheap spot to get fuel. And then back into Mississippi, you know, I can carry 300 gallons of fuel, so I can go a long ass ways. But this is how you trip plan using a road atlas and a ruler. That's all you need. Thank you for watching. Please click like and subscribe. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. This is my TomTom truck specific GPS. I am setting it to go from Sulphur, Louisiana to McCook, Illinois, which is actually Lake Charles to Chicago. I'm letting it run on fast forward because it takes 2.5 minutes for it to do a trip plan. All those stars and everything are truck stops. And it doesn't have scales in it, state lines in it, and that kind of crap. But it does a good job of keeping you on truck routes. And you can set it for the size, weight, speed limits, and all that other crap. And you can also set warnings in there if you want them, and this and that. Have preference for toll roads. I always just run the fastest damn way. And like I said, it'll keep you off the road you're not supposed to be on. And it's just another tool in the toolbox. And as you can see, it's 10:45 on the mile, 16.55. And you can also use your Google on your smartphone. It's just another tool in the toolbox. It doesn't give you specific truck routing, but it'll give you an idea of about how long it's going to take you and how far away you got to go. this one here is fixing to give us an idea, and it's, I can't see it, 15 hours 24 minutes, and the miles are about the same.
Dog, he's my dog. If you don't love my dog, that's okay. I don't want you to, he's my dog. I love my dog, he's my dog. If my dog don't love you, that's okay. I don't want him to, he's my dog. Sometimes it's just this simple. Sometimes life is just this simple. Sometimes life is really just this simple. I love my dog. I love my dog. He's my dog. If my dog don't love you, that's okay. I don't want him to. He's my dog. I love my dog. He's my dog. If you don't love my dog, that's okay. I don't want you to. He's my dog. Sometimes it's just this simple. Sometimes life is just this simple. Sometimes life is really just this